So we're starting now. Good morning. Well, maybe I should still say good afternoon and maybe good evening because not everybody on this call is from Nigeria. Not everybody on this call is from Nigeria. So good morning. Oh, wow. Hello, Clubhouse. Clubhouse is showing. Okay, well, this one is okay. Let me share my slide, then we get started. Good morning. I tell you, you're going to the wrong place to post. That's not where the class starts. It's going to the main. Okay, expand. Okay, share screen. What happened? Where is the screen? Okay. Oh, screen. Good. So here we are. Good morning, everybody. I'm sure you can see the screen now. So we are talking about habits. Habits. Okay, great. Good morning, good afternoon. Once again, my name is Sidikat Folami. I'm your trainer for today. Yes, some people may not be here this morning. I understand time. They were just starting. As time goes on, we will know maybe we'll shift to 4 p.m. or you can start voting anyway. It's just that I'm an early person. In the morning, there is less noise around me. I have kids. I have a 2-year-old, though she's not the clingy type, but she still likes to be around me most of the time. So, and it's very difficult to send a baby away. Now, come on, leave here. It's very difficult at times. So she will not really want to respond. So on Monday, last Friday, we talked about SWOT analysis as the strength, weakness, and opportunity and threat. Those are for the later class. So, and I hope you are watching your strengths. Like, I've forgotten who asked the question. I'm not talking about comfort zone. Your strength is one of the most important things that you need to navigate all the success. You see, most of the things that people have been telling you can do, go for it, do this, go get it. If you don't really dig into all these things that looks like they are intangible, you may not be able to achieve it, honestly. There is more to business than opening the shop and closing the shop. There is more to it than that. Sorry, someone is supposed you are in the wrong place. Okay, let me do something. I want to get, is there a link for this call? Let me see. Okay, there's no link. So some people are trying to join from the general Telegram group. So you should join by this one channel. Check the channel, not group. Okay, good. So today we are talking about habits, and habit is very important. if you notice most of the successful people that you've met, I'm sorry, I keep on making this mistake all the time. The people that you've met that are successful, you will notice that most of them have something in common. And that is it. It's not like they know themselves. We are all unique. I'm unique, you are unique, everybody is unique. But the thing is, when it comes to successes, you notice that there is one or two or three things that you will see about the successful people. And this is one of the reasons why mindset is very, very important. Sorry, mindset is very important. And mindset is not just about talking about growth mindset, fixed mindset, or thereabout. It is also about being able to bring in a lot of things. You understand? A whole lot of things together to move you on. Then you now start seeing all those mindsets form. Because what brings people's mindsets to what it is are very, very different. They are very different. So you need to navigate a lot, and part of it is SWOT analysis. Please, SWOT analysis is not just about business. Your personal SWOT is also important, because at the end of the day, the business starts with you. Then we are mostly small businesses. There is no multinational here that would have said, okay, a multinational business owner, you may not necessarily do this or do that, so that's the thing. But when it comes to this SWOT, it is very, very important. And that is why I started with it, because at different time, as we go on this journey, or what even you begin to do moving forward, you will see reasons why this SWOT analysis is very, very important to you. You understand? Then you can be feeling it if you're part of those that will get the thing. So change your habits and change your life. There's a Yoruba adage that is said, if you throw a knife up 100 times, it will still fall flat the 100th time. Unless if you threw it to stab something, maybe there's a bread or a phone, that's when it can stand. But as you're throwing it, it still come back down flat. There is no how you'll be doing something the same way over and over and over again, and you will expect a different result. So that is me. My own training is, I attended a class and we're talking about cancer. Then this doctor was like, the treatment that you get in most hospitals is treating the symptoms, while our own treatment, I'll be working with her. When we get to the health part, I'll be working with her. So, excuse me, while our own treatment is dealing with the root cause. And that is exactly what I am dealing with. I'm not treating the symptoms of your business, at least not yet. I want us to treat it from the bottom. Because if you don't change certain things, you will continue to find that we have times that business grow, comes down, goes, comes down, rather than it to have that leap all the time. It's going up and it's coming down. So you'll be part of those that will be facing one or two of these challenges. You understand? So I am treating the root cause, because when I deal with it from the bottom, then it will reflect very high. There is no way that you will not change one, two, or three things and you will not see difference. When I was tagging this program, Successful Fashion Entrepreneurs, there is a reason why it has that name, because it is meant to motivate you from one point to the other. So when I tag this program, Successful Habits of Fashion Entrepreneurs, and the program Successful Fashion Entrepreneurs, and I cannot make you be able to change your habits into the successful ways, then there is an issue. So, like Charles Duhigg, I hope I got that right, in The Power of Habit says, there is nothing you can do if you get the habit right. There is nothing that you cannot do if you get the habit right. So just find out the habit of those successful people, and then you will be able to get it all right. Let me help you so you can see, because I also do watch my replay. So I noticed some were not legible enough. Okay. Good. So what is habit? First, let's start with that. What is habit? Habit is a settled or regular tendency or practice, especially one that is hard to give up. So that habit is something you are so used to, very difficult to give up. It can be good, it can be bad, but it is something you do regularly. That is what habits are, especially the one that is hard to give up. So I further said, habit is a repetitive behavior. So when you are not doing it repetitively, then it is not yet your habit. Maybe you just did it due to a circumstance or thereabout. But when you are doing it repetitively, then it is forming a habit. You know, habits can be positive or negative and can range from simple actions like, you know, that one that we've been taught, brush your teeth, cream your body, you know. So habits can be positive and negative. Then habits can be conscious and unconscious. Some habits, you form them right from childhood. So you cannot really change them. While some, it is just that maybe we pick it along the line, you know. There are some habits we picked when we were in secondary school. There are some we picked when we got into the university. There are some that we picked when we got married, some when we became business owners, some when we got into our job. So there are different ways by which you're doing, habits can be conscious and unconscious. So your habits that help you succeed and also, your habits can help you succeed and also can lead to failure. If you are in the habit of doing something, you do it regularly or often. If you get into the habit of doing something, oh, sorry, I was meant to remove that. So let's get going before I now give you. So let me quickly give you some types of habits before we dig deep. So we have positive habits. It's not limited to what I have here. So don't limit it to what I have here. Positive habits from your mind, you know what is positive and you know what is negative. So that is what you will tag as your positive habits. So positive habits can be exercise, meditation, reading, gratitude, eating, time management, all those things that you regard as positive. Then negative habits, the things you don't really want to do. So even as we are on this call, just like some people gave me feedback, you can start thinking about it, because you see why there is something people don't pay attention to. Some people don't pay attention to their positive habits. Please, I'm encouraging you to always pay attention to your positive habits. Please, 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 always pay attention to your positive habits, because if you don't pay attention to your positive habits, you will not be able to even give yourself a pat in the back whenever you're doing the right thing. So write those things that you're doing that even you know is positive. Don't say it has to be only when someone says it. Like, okay, I'm going to be treating jewelry window with some later. Then the negative habits, what are those things that you yourself, I've studied myself. I'm someone that came up with self-awareness. So I've studied myself to understand when I am doing things that are not really good. So you know it, identify it, then as time goes on, you begin to understand how you can be in total control of those habits. So let's say you procrastinate, you start identifying it, those smoking, those eating too much, those that gossip, sorry, I had to put this there, then poor hygiene, those that dress anyhow. You understand? Okay, I will blend this part when I get to hierarchy of living. You understand? I'm going to blend it a little when I get to the Maslow hierarchy of living. Because some people don't know why they behave the way they behave. They don't really know. So when we treat that hierarchy of living, then you'll be able to understand why sometimes people behave the way they behave. So then cognitive habits as well is very important, some people that face this self-doubt, negative thinking. I'm sorry. I left just now, so I had to come back. Negative thinking, critical thinking, you have to, there are some of us, that's meditation, that can be part of meditation. So you start thinking, being aware of things around you is very important. Then your physical habits. I have a particular girl around me at a point, she's really interested in a particular, I think course or career. And she's someone that slouch. When you stand, you cannot stand right. You have to go to one side or that. It's just a bad habit. She does not have any body issue. She does not have any issue. She's just that kind of person that slouch like that. And my younger sister has done some aviation training before. Those air hostesses. If you have even some visible tattoo, you can't work with them. If you have, let me say, if your legs are not straight, in fact, that period when my sister was with them, before she was the most brilliant in the class, so they had to switch her to something close to flight dispatch, something from that air hostess part. So she had pimples. We had to, in fact, we spent some amount of money at that period to start working on it just for her to be in the class. So before they will start boarding them on flight, we need to work on her skin. That's how that kind of course is. You understand? So you have physical habits and you are navigating towards this kind of success, and this habit is needed, and you are not practicing it, then it is an issue. I used to tell myself something right from when I'm secondary school, that the habit that I would like to portray in the presence of the president, I need to start it now. So the same challenge I'm giving you today. That habit that you want to portray when, like someone told me today, the first person to call me this morning to give me a beautiful feedback, is going to be pitching in, to some top. You understand? That habit, don't wait until when those kind of organizations call you before you start practicing that habit. Start the habit from today. So that period, okay, let me say it. My dad used to call me foolish pride. Because as a child, when they tell me do this, I do the other part, And I always tell my mom that character, that habit that I'm going to portray when I'm in front of the president, I need to practice it now. Because when you practice it now, you will not fidget, you will not have issues when you get to the front of that person, because practice over time makes us perfect, and that is in the aspect of developing habits. Then slouching, nail biting, fidgeting, biting lips, when you, let's say you want to be a content creator, a fashion content creator, and you're the kind of person that when you are talking, yeah, you know, and you want to be that kind of content creator, you should know that the moment you start thinking towards that content creation, you should understand that some bad habits that are within you, you should start identifying it. Be truthful to yourself. This is between you and you. Tell yourself. I don't tell people the habits I want to change. I just start working on it. So you tell yourself, this is what I want to do. You understand? Then I start working towards it. I start doing things. I start, you know, even if it has to do with dressing, then your social habits. How do you talk to people? Growing up, I don't know how to smile. That's one thing many people don't know about me. But anybody that knows me from secondary school, university, I don't know how to smile. Then, because I knew growing up, my dad used to complain to an extent, but I didn't know it was like that. So there was a time I had an issue with a guy in our hall. And this guy happens to be like one of the coolest in that hall. Then I'm also like the coolest in that hall. And his girlfriend happened to be my friend. In fact, when the lady came to school, she was always with us. That was how they got to know each other. So she loves singing, and we tell her we love her voice. She sings to us. In short, she catch that husband with her voice. So, you know, the girlfriend is always coming to me. Is there? They were not happy, so they decided to settle the grudge between both of us. And when the guy was explaining himself, he said he doesn't have issues with me. That in fact, when we had the issue, it was over. But anytime he is coming and he sees me, that my facial expression always turn him off. That's just one of the feedback that I've always been giving myself. I don't know how to smile. It's not my thing. I'm not social like that. You understand? I laugh when it's between me and my thing, doing what I love. Like now, I laugh. But ordinarily, you can't see me just smile with people anyhow. But I had to learn. I had to learn. So whenever I have issues with anyone and I want to pass beside that person, because of that feedback that I've gotten, I try to make my face calm so that the person can have the freedom to talk to me. And it worked. So I will see them say, good morning, and I say, good morning. You understand? But ordinarily, that was not me. So social habits that you know you have, what are those things? People might not be complaining, but even you might know it. There's nothing like, it's our character. That's how we do in Ijebu. Sorry, I'm an Ijebu woman, so I like to use myself as an example so that one person will not go and quote me that I said, I'm an Ijebu woman. So it's like, because I'm Ijebu, this like that. Ijebu people, we have to be like this. Ijebu, no. If it is not something that will take you to that high place that you want to be, please discard that attitude. Please. You understand? If people tell you you complain too much, you talk too much, just weigh it. You see, when we were talking about strength and weakness, some weaknesses are actually gold for you. Focus on your strength and outsource your weakness. So sometimes, even those things people will complain about may actually be your strength. So look for how you're going to channel it into something positive for yourself. You understand? On G-Styles, you can actually see me. The only thing you can't do on G-Styles is you cannot see this. So you that they're having issues connecting on Telegram and all that. Then your working habits. If you've been following me, my working habit when I started working was to work between 20 to hours per day. I realize it's not good on my health. That's slowing down. So in order to work for 20 to 22 hours per day, I don't eat. Like Monday to Saturday, I don't eat any heavy food. I only go on biscuit, malt, tea, plantain, that's all. So I just take food maybe once a day or twice a day. Then on Sunday, oh man, when I eat on Sunday, oh, sorry, I don't know what's wrong. Screen, something is happening here. Sorry, excuse me. Bring it back. Okay. Can you hear me now? My screen was shaking, so I had to shut down and come back. So like I said, I had to eat for like that's how many hours? Okay, it's back. I had to eat on that Sunday alone. That's when I will now sleep all the sleep. So I sleep like someone that is even under another influence or something. So you see, that's a working habit. You should know what is, because if you don't pay attention to some of these things, you may not be able to find solution to some of the challenges that you are trying to solve. Then your learning habit, are you the kind of person that takes notes like me? Me now, I really don't take notes like that. But yeah, I take notes, sharp. Let me not say I don't take notes. But most times I study, my learning habit is to first connect with who is teaching me. Then I remember things very fast. Then memorization, then active listening. So your spiritual habits, your prayer, reflection, contemplation, your congregation and all that. Then your communication habits as well. Communication and social are almost the same. So your interrupting, argumentative or passive aggressiveness. So even if I'm using positive, it does not mean they don't have negative. And even if I'm using negative, it does not mean they don't have positive. So I'm going to change my slide now. So, okay, no, there's no need to change it since it is, yeah. So after grouping habits into, giving this example, I also group them into five main ones that you'll be able to put it into. I have about 60 that I've calculated, but even this 60, you are still going to be able to categorize it into those five major parts. So you have your positive habits, you have your, sorry, I want to open this slide because like that one, don't want to. So we have the growth habits. So you're still going to share all your habits into all of these, the growth habits. Don't worry, we'll be wrapping up. The rest is for the paid class. We have the social habits, the self-care habits, productivity habits, and the healthy habits. So these five habits is really where you're going to be categorizing all the habits that I'm going to be listing for you, because you sometimes already have some of these things in you, and there are some that you really want to learn. So, and there are also some that you want to develop or that you already admire in some people. So you now be able to start picking them one by one, which one is relevant. So you have the growth, you can list it out. You have the growth habits, you have the the social habits, the self-care habits, productivity habits, and the healthy habits. So under your growth habits, you're going to be listing habits that you know will help your growth, both personally, like even that will help your business. So let's say your growth habits now, it has to be, okay, let me come back to myself like I love to. I'm going to give you the floor to talk now. When anybody that knew me from AVDEC from 2015 up to 2021, I teach, I mentor, but I don't talk. Like, I'm not the kind of person that will come and do any live class. I don't have live conversation. It is always typing, text, articles, WhatsApp class, all those things. Not because I cannot do this, but I'm not just, I've told you a bit about my habits. I'm not that kind of person that just talk like that. I'm not shy, but I don't talk. So when I realized that, okay, I want to empower 150 people in 5 years, how many typing will I be doing? I need a faster means. So I started learning to talk. I started from Clubhouse, then Gist House, then Telegram, Zoom, Instagram Live. Some of these classes will still run live on Instagram, some of the free classes. You understand? So that is it. I started growing that habit of being able to talk. Then later, I started growing the habit of being able to face you, like to go live, have a video with you. So when you identify your growth habits, then you start putting it, those step by step, they will later form your objectives. When we get to vision, mission, and the likes, all those things will form your objectives. You understand? You have your goal, your habits can be part of your objectives. So you can see how I use that. Then your healthy habits, I'm going to, today, I've been meaning to do this thing. So today I'm going to, let me not promise to, but before the end of this week, I'm going to start a workout group. It's an app. If you can get it, no problem. So that you can count your daily steps. Anybody that wants to post anything there to encourage us, they are free to. But we have to track people so you'll be able to do your walking. At least you walk every day. You understand? So I do that. I do 10,000 steps every day. I've been lazy for a while preparing for class, and my knee ached seriously. I went from Ajah to Egbeda yesterday. It's not like I tripped, but my knee ached seriously. So my body already told me that I'm not exercising enough. I live a sedentary life, so I need those exercises. So I will just send the link as a broadcast and on the group. If you are interested, just join. That's just for exercise like that, just to keep account of our exercise. So your healthy habit, every morning I take green juice. Even my skin now, Tijani Fatima, is she on this call? She's sending me message. I don't understand. Let me see. Oh, okay. That means, how did she get my contact on Telegram and she couldn't? I don't know how I can do that now. I'll find time to do that. She will watch the replay. So the healthy habits, your food, I've spoken about exercise, your food, your body, even your clothes, then your social habits, how you appear outside, your deliberate communication, deliberate networking skill. You understand, all those things are very important. Your social habits, know the one you have that is not good now, and the one you have that is good that you need to. I won't talk much of this because I'm still going to touch deeper part of it when we get to the Maslow hierarchy of needs. So I'm going to be tackling Maslow hierarchy of need 1 and 2 only. 3, 4, 5 is for the paid class. Then productivity habits. You see, growth habits and productivity habits, they look somehow alike. So, but they are different. So your productivity habits also, you need to understand. So let's say, your activity, for those in the tailoring section, your activity is your tailoring, cutting and sew. But your productivity It can be part of your networking, your social media presence, your use of technology. You understand? So all those productivity habits, you need to watch it. Then self-care. Self-care also can be, it's not even about pampering your skin. Self-care can be just your mental well-being. But hooray! We have a whole month to that. Some people on this call have already done that course with me last year. It was fantastic. In fact, I was able to help someone. I did not teach marriage counseling, but I was able to help her. I was able to help her work on her family just by this training that I'm telling you about. So it can be as good as your mental well-being. You understand, the self-care habit. So that is where I'm going to be wrapping it up for today. Okay, let me just mention a few of the habits. Let me see, which one do I want to add as bonus so that someone can tell me. Okay, number one, let me just give you the first 10 as promised. You have your pen and paper. Number one, they have hobbies. Yes. Successful fashion entrepreneurs have hobbies. Then before I even start that, no two fashion entrepreneurs are alike. No two individuals share the same goals, strengths, passion, or struggles, but still, there's no question that most successful entrepreneurs in the industry share certain sets of characteristics. So all these characteristics are what we bring together. So number one, they have hobbies. So successful people have their hobbies, and sometimes these hobbies are the things that they change into business. Hobbies, successful people can just be this kind of person that love recreation. And let's say among some of us, I have a friend in the industry that was, she's an athlete and she's into fashion. Later on, she was able to channel her fashion business into making sports wears. And it did not even end there. After channeling it into making sports wears, she is now like a fitness coach on Instagram. So she's blending her fashion business to making fashion wears and also being a fitness coach. You see, from your hobby, you'll be able to merge everything together. I love reading. I love teaching. I love mentoring. I love coaching. And here I am blending everything together as a business. Then number two, they set goals. Successful fashion entrepreneurs set goals. It is not easy if you've not been that kind of person, but don't worry, I'm here to hold your hands to be able to set goals. Weekly, daily, monthly. Our business involves a lot of tasks, and being able to set goals. Don't worry, I'm going to break it down into a way that it will be very easy for you to navigate. Then number three, they have strong social network. A good business does not revolve around one person. Quick one. I was gisting you about my pitch last week, and at the end of the day, I think I told you where a question came about how am I going to handle exports when I don't export. I cannot export. Maybe I can sell the videos later, but YouTube is enough for me to export. You understand? I cannot export alteration services unless if you are going to export me to come down to do your alteration. You understand? And they asked me about him. When you are going for pitch, please, this is expo for everybody. Please don't go to a business and start bragging that you are I can multitask, I do it alone. That alone will fail you. You understand? They believe that any business that we grow does not revolve around one person. It is not only about you. So it is okay. I'm the only fashion person on the team. I showed you last week. I have someone from tech because I want to do some things in tech, fashion tech. I have someone in human resources, because I want to do something with human resources, at least someone like heading one of the telecommunication branches in the country. Then I have the exports woman that is an international brand. These things will let them understand that you are strong. And if you cannot have external partners, please bring in some of your most trusted staff and give them a very important role to hold. That is something I want you to take home. They have strong social networks. So aside even within social, like they belong to, you see them, either Rotary Club, they look for good network that will help them to boost all of what they're doing, because they don't really have time. You see Tesla now, they don't do marketing like that, because they sell within network. You understand? They sell within network. There are some cars you not see on DSTV. There are some clothes you not see on DSTV. They don't need to advertise. They sell within network. So strong network, not just network, a working network, a network that is going to work for you, not the one that is working against you. Then they like journaling. You understand? So successful fashion entrepreneurs, they take notes. You see, when you are just alone, you are taking notes by yourself. As time goes on, someone is taking the note. As time goes on, you have a personal assistant doing it. As time goes on, you have people having other special advisors doing it. So because they need to take note of everything, forget whether multinational or anything. All your survey will come through one place. Someone will analyze it and give the feedback to the CEO where they are going to take action based on what it comes. Then they ignore haters. Okay, I'm glad this came as a free. You see, positive thinking helps successful entrepreneurs, like being positive. They don't waste their time with people that share negativities. And I noticed that I do that a lot. When you are too negative, I can accommodate you first time, negative second time, third time. Just kind of abandon you. You just be wondering, but I'm communicating with her, but she's not responding. It's not because I wanted to ignore you. It is because you are not giving me the positive vibe that I really want. That is the reason why I kind of ignore you. You understand? So, like I said, successful fashion entrepreneurs don't love haters. You can see I even put gossip in one of the items that I mentioned for you the other time. Yeah, I'm trying to take a picture of what we are doing. Okay, so that's it. The successful fashion entrepreneurs don't really like haters. Sorry about that. Just pardon me for a few seconds. I want to take a snapshot for the sake of attendance. Where is it? Okay, great. So I'm not going to stop anyway. Then learn to trust your oh, sorry. I didn't know I was still recording. Okay, so I said successful fashion entrepreneurs don't like haters. Then they learn how to trust their intuition. So learn to trust your intuition and be your own biggest fan. Yes, be your own biggest fan, because at the end of the day, you're still your number one motivation. Yes, nobody can really motivate you as much as you can for yourself, because there is nothing I can tell you today. First, it will so okay. Great. Sorry, team replay. We don't play. But I just want to have a record of everybody so that my assistants can work on that. Some people will join us now, some will join us later. So I just want to know. So I'll share the YouTube link for those that cannot join. Yeah, that'll be all for the teaching. I mean, I said the teaching for the snap today. Then we go back. Sorry, those on Gist House. I had to leave. I apologize. I'm back. I don't know if you were still seeing me anyway, but for a while I had to leave that part. So we are back. I apologize for that little. I'm alone for now, so no one is taking the record for me for today. So I said, learn to trust your intuition and be your own biggest fan. Then number 6, successful fashion entrepreneurs learn and cultivate the habit of staying motivated. You are your own motivation. Business is not easy. Entrepreneurship is not easy. So if you cannot stay motivated, you will fall out of business as soon as you can even imagine. So be your own, cultivate the habit of staying motivated. Life will happen, challenges will come, but your ability to motivate yourself will help you to continue to grow. Then number 7, time management. Oh man, I battled with this so much. I didn't battle it in the part of business, but I think because I was used to the life of starting, waking up in the morning, doing my work, talk to customer. You see that routine, then sleep. So by the time I started changing, like when my business started changing, it became challenging for me because I have to study. You cannot just teach without refreshing your own memory, even though I have most of these things in my head. You can't do without. I have to study. Now I'm even doing some courses in some universities. Like I told you, I'm going to be teaching secularity. I've done something in secularity, but I have to enroll in the University of London to get a certificate to teach that secularity as well. You can see I have to study, I have to learn. You see children are there, some that are not even having children, parents are there, family obligation, religious obligation. So that's planning was a challenge on me, but because I was determined to do it, I started finding how to work my way into being it. Yeah, we have 24 hours. You don't have more than 24 hours. So manage your time, delegate, and know when to say no. Value your time. Don't worry, when we get to human resources, I'm going to tell you the trick of getting more than 24 hours. So someone like me, I use more than 24 hours per day because having 5 assistants means that I have extra 5 assistants, extra 96 hours per day added to mine. So the number of hours that they spend daily is added to mine. Don't worry, there's a special session on that one. Then number 8, exercise. I've told you about exercising. Exercising is very good. Most times it is when exercising that I study. Yes, that I read. I'm going to give you that cheat later. Then they are good players. You see, people are fond of the habit of looking for the perfect partner, the perfect employee, the perfect collaborators. But who are you? Are you also that person they will call a perfect one? Are you also that kind of person? So this is very, very important. You understand? Then the last one, be positive with yourself, positive affirmations. And that's where we're going to be wrapping it up for today. Hope you are getting set for your questions. Positive affirmations. When you wake up, in fact, most of us are doing these things before we knew they are actually a way of life. There are too much of discouragement out there. If I start telling everybody on this call to tell me how they started their fashion business, especially those in their 40s, 50s, or 30s, you will understand. But because they've been able to tell themselves they can do it, that is the reason why they are doing it. And I always tell people that I mentor, the best way to prove anybody that looks down on you, that think less of you, or that have spoken negative about you, is to be a better person, to keep being a better person. That is, you are exceeding their expectations. You are doing more than what they even expected. You understand? So, and it is easy for you to do this thing by just telling yourself, I can do it. When I started with jewelries back in Ibadan. There is this woman in Alesh Lawyer. I don't know if she's still there. I think it's Mavnisi. She sells beads. And whenever I go into her store as a starter and I'm checking the beads that she hung on the wall, I will tell her very soon I'm going to be buying all these things. The same thing when I moved to Lagos, or that guy Emeka that I used to tell you, Mr. Emeka, when I get into his shop, I go there then to buy fabric of 1,500 naira per wholesale. And I'll tell him, how much is this one? He'll tell me 8,000 naira. I'll tell him, don't worry, very soon I'm going to be one of those that will be buying all these luxury materials from your store. And it's happening. Because that little motivation that I gave myself has helped me to be able to find the right customers, to be able to charge them the right way, to be able to tell them this is what I'm doing. Because I have intention of buying luxury material. It is already in my mind, and that is why I will market it to you. So you have to always have this positive affirmation that you can do a lot of things. You can achieve a lot of things, because without you, first of all, conceiving it within yourself, it may be difficult for you to be able to achieve it. And that is the end of our topic for today. Thank you very much. I hope I've been able to switch on something within you, or make a shift, or tap a button that has made you understand that, oh, the reason why I'm making this mistake might be because of this. Oh, because of this attitude is the reason why customers are always coming to my store. Like the example I told you about the ladies who came to me then and had already gone to two places before my place, but left due to their attitude. But just because when we came in, I was also on a call, my younger sister offered her a seat, and I apologized to her that she should please give me some minutes. I'm going to attend to her shortly. That was all. That was how I was able to get her. So that's it, and that is all for today. Thank you very much for those just meeting me. My name is Sidikat Falami. And for those that always come back for my classes, thank you for being the one. Maybe very soon you'll be the one that will be doing the facilitation. So who is ready for me? This house, Clubhouse, if you want to talk, just talk to me. My microphones have been unmuted so that we can hear you. Don't tell me you don't have anything to say. On Telegram, you have to request to speak. I don't know how to unmute everybody from the channel. If it were to be group, it's easy. So Binta, she didn't join this morning. Because, okay, I think she was in before, maybe network. Oh, Esther, I'm happy to see you. Esther, come and talk. Esther, unmute your microphone and come and talk. Where is she again? This is one woman doing wonderful things. I've allowed you to speak. Pending when we wait for questions, I want you to speak. Madam Esther Ogudari, you are the one I'm talking to. I realize we have another Esther in the room. Okay, maybe she's not. Okay, good. I catch you this morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I was actually listening, but a bit not with you. So let me just I was listening, but I also had some other discussions going on with me. So I will just I will want them. So sorry about that.
No problem. No problem. No problem. You can always communicate with us another time. It's fine. I'm glad. I'm really happy to hear your voice today. So, any other person? Or are these habits really so fantastic that I got you thinking so much and you didn't want to say anything? Okay. Binta. My darling Binta. Good morning. You can speak now. Binta is also doing fantastic in Kwara State. In fact, she's wonderful, trying to. So anybody that is looking for a community or a mentor or so in Kwara State, Binta is your plug. Binta, I've allowed you to speak. What? Okay. I don't know why. Let me even stop recording. I don't want the video to be too long.